Yeah, sí, claro. I don't know.
¿En serio?
I don't know.
No sabía.
Tengo que ver. No sé, hasta ahora no
Le
sé.
mando un selfie la foto.
Sí, me tienes que mostrar.
All right, Coach, we'll go ahead and get started here. 2-2 draw here at home to start the season against the defending champs. So we're just some opening thoughts you had on the match.
Yeah, so today we were like a little bit, we we didn't we didn't get luck with the situations right away when we started the game, and PK. So we started off losing the second minute, but definitely the team came from less to get better. So we started to settle up much better, more comfortable on the ball. We started to like losing ourselves in a comfortable way, and then we created some good chances. I think if I'm not wrong, from last year, this game like today, we created several amount of chances to score goals. So that is a positive point that we started off the season being dangerous in attack. Then we were able to score to tie the game, and then we came in the second half, also dominating. We were creating chances, uh, but suddenly they, in another lucky goal, hit the defender's leg and deflection. The second time, I think it's the second shot on goal for them. But that's the game. The game is like that. The things that I'm really excited and happy is we didn't give up in any moment. We make some changes. The changes came in strong with a good mentality. The team continued pushing, and then we were able to, they saved like two, three options, and we were able to tie the game. And if that was a good game against a reigning champion, but for us, I feel that this game show us that this team is going to be different this year. Our mentality is different. Our energy on the field and our desire to play and to create options and to win the game is right there. And that, leaves me just comfortable in the sense that, yeah, the team played to win today. We played to win. We were good. But obviously, sometimes with two, three options they had, they put two in the goal, and but we never gave up, and the team looked solid with a good mentality, and the guys in the locker room, and I spoke with them. They're excited, they're motivated, and they know that today the other team got lucky, but we're gonna continue.
Your son scoring the equalizer. Just what was your reaction to Andy putting the ball in the back of the net in the stoppage time?
It's about time. It's about time. Nah, for him, when he came last season, he came and he was ready to leave to Germany, and then he decided to help us. Our situation was really, really bad, and suddenly he got injured twice, and then he came back from that injury during the preseason, and the first week he re-injured the same. So he was really mentally, a little bit devastated, but he was able to do the preseason running. He didn't play much, but he was working hard. And today, the fact that he's working, preparing himself, he got rewarded. Good options. He went in well, and yeah, because we know he can help us, and we know he can score goals, and that's the idea. So I think it's a good start for him, for Amando, for the team that it was important to come back after receiving two goals. We came back and not losing. It's gonna be something that where we can start building on from this situation.
Coach, you spoke a little bit second half. Do you think that that's evidence of that changing mentality and that, playing to the whistle, playing to the very end?
Yes, yes, definitely. We we're gonna fight for everything. We're gonna go. If it's at home, we want to win, and if it's away, we have to go to win, and that's something that we're working on it. And you need to support that with results. And today, despite that we were losing, we came back and we came back and we were pushing and pushing. That is something that for the fans they can go home and says, okay, yeah, we're different because last year it wasn't like that. That year we didn't feel like that. That year I wasn't feeling that way. But this year the energy, the mentality, the desire is right there. So we need to keep it. And I know some other games, and I hope the next game, the luck is gonna be on our side. We're gonna change our luck, and we're gonna start scoring more than the other team, and we're not gonna be suffering those situations.
Wilmer, siempre se dice que el fútbol no es de merecer, pero es de cumplir en la cancha. Pero como se desarrollaron estos 90 minutos, como que tu equipo merecía más de los 2-2. ¿Estás de acuerdo con eso o cómo ves ese aspecto?
Mira, yo hace unos días estuve viendo la Champions y vi al PSG dominar en una forma increíble al Liverpool y terminó ganando el Liverpool en el minuto 85 1-0 injustamente, pero ese es el fútbol y el fútbol no es de justicia, el fútbol es de hacer los goles. Por fortuna, hoy el equipo, a pesar de los goles que concedimos, el penal al minuto o 2 minutos de juego y luego el gol que ellos hacen el minuto como 70, 73, que le pega otra vez al pobre Tony, que hoy fue el crucificado, digamos, le pega en la pierna y rebota y Yamali no puede hacer nada. Pero mostramos mucho carácter, mostramos buena mentalidad. El equipo no se descompuso y en vez de descomponerse, el equipo buscó, generó opciones de gol. Generamos claras opciones de gol. Ellos se salvaron, el arquero fue figura. Entonces eso muestra que el equipo está en una buena mentalidad. Ahora tenemos que seguir y tenemos que seguir creyendo en lo que estamos haciendo porque lo que vimos hoy fue un buen comienzo, fue un buen nivel futbolístico. La pretemporada fue fantástica y hoy corrimos de principio a fin. No dejamos de correr, no dejamos de presionar, no dejamos de jugar y entonces esto nos tiene que motivar para lo que es todo el torneo que va a ser bastante largo.
En el primer tiempo el equipo va de menos a más. Llega al medio tiempo, ¿qué se habla? ¿Qué le dices a tu equipo? Porque en el segundo tiempo fue un locomotiv hasta mucho más mejor que el rival y de lo que dio el segundo tiempo. ¿Qué es lo que pasa allí y qué hicieron en el segundo tiempo?
Entramos, yo les dije, ya logramos empatar, que es importante. Ahora tenemos que dominar, tenemos que seguir teniendo la confianza de seguir jugando. Es un equipo, lo respetamos, pero este equipo, nosotros somos mejor futbolísticamente, muéstrenlo, tómense confianza, jueguen, juguemos, porque si jugamos vamos a lograr crear opciones, vamos a lograr buscar el marco contrario y vamos a lograr ganar. Y la verdad que entramos con esa idea, con esa mentalidad. Estoy muy contento con los jugadores nuevos que mostraron buen nivel, buena cohesión con el resto del equipo y la verdad que hoy el equipo tuvo un muy buen funcionamiento futbolístico. Bueno, en el segundo tiempo no me acuerdo que hayamos tenido ningún inconveniente defensivo, pero ese es el fútbol. Patearon una vez de afuera y entró y le pegó en la espalda y le pegó en la pierna a uno de nuestros jugadores, entró, pero no bajamos la guardia, seguimos luchando y seguimos jugando bien al fútbol.
Last question. En el transcurso del juego se vieron chispas de jugadores individuales, pero dependiendo del resto del equipo. Tengo una muy firme de Palermo que hizo una corrida desde su sector hasta el otro lado de la área, lado opuesto. También el nuevo chavo Beto, el número 14, también individuales, pero que dependía del equipo, de que otros le tocaran la pelota para atrás.
Tenemos talento, pero tenemos un equipo que nos vamos a apoyar el uno en el otro y que nos estamos conociendo, que estamos generando esa cohesión dentro y fuera del terreno de juego, y esto va a ser muy importante para nosotros.
Es un elemento que no tenían el año pasado, ¿verdad?
Sí, la verdad no había, y bueno, ahora lo estamos mostrando. La pretemporada nos ha servido muchísimo, convivimos, estuvimos solos, hablamos, charlamos, nos conocimos, y eso es fundamental.
One more question, Coach, to finish this out. With 2 more home matches coming up to start out this season, how important is it to continue to take something from this and start fast, especially with those home matches to start out?
Yes, definitely. Now, obviously, it's good to play well, but we are not happy that we tied. So it's not like we're we're really happy with the 1 point. No, we're not happy. I'm not happy. The players aren't happy. We're gonna go for the 3 points. The next game we need to be able to just fix these different situations that cost us 2 goals. Getting in a little bit, flat in the first minutes. We were a little bit flat. We were a little bit, 2, 3 minutes. We were a little bit flat, and they were after us right away, and then that's why. But then, from the beginning, we need to start a little bit more conscious the concentration, and that we cannot give anything. And then we're gonna be looking for winning the games at home, because if we win the games at home, we're gonna be able to be in the playoff, and that's our goal.
All right, thank you very much, Coach.
Thank you, guys.
Armando, congratulations on the goal. You're making quite a habit of scoring on home openers, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
The goal was kind of funny because it seemed like you took the ball off the toes of Frank de Roma, but were you all able to have a laugh about it in the dressing room afterwards, at least?
Yeah, to be honest, I straight up just took it from him. But I think the camaraderie that we built this off season, I heard coach talking about it a little bit. It's just completely different from last year. Like that happened. It's good to like move forward, but that was definitely something that we didn't really have last year. Like in terms of that, like, and any other guy would have started yelling at me, but he said, you know what, like, it ended up in a goal, So that's the kind of things that we needed. And I tell them the same thing. If at any point they feel like they were open, like they can talk to me in any way. Like I know it's all like trying to build a team. Like we can't do what we did last year. We can't end up in last place. We're not happy with this win. I heard coach talking about that a little bit too. But you can definitely tell from the mentality. Honestly, I think last year we would have lost that game. But in terms of how we came out this year, like after every goal, like immediately pushing forward, getting shots. I'm super happy with what we have. And to go back to your question, Frank was a little mad with me. We talked about it in the room, but it's definitely going to be a good laugh tomorrow at video, so it'll be funny.
Well, and with you being, a second-year player now and so many new faces, are you kind of taking up a leadership role in the dressing room this year?
Yeah, it's crazy because I might not look at it, but I'm 29. I'm 30 this year. So a lot of the guys, even when I don't expect it, kind of, look up to me for some advice sometimes. And I've never really been in that kind of position. But in terms of the type of people that we have on the team, in terms of players, like the way we get along right now, like that's what I really want to build in terms of like being an older guy, making sure that these guys feel comfortable with me, because that might have been my problem last year too. Maybe guys didn't really understand the way I wanted to play. Maybe I didn't really, put in the effort to try to communicate that. And I'm really working hard for this year being one of the older guys.
Mondo, despite the tie, was El Paso the better team tonight out there for 90 minutes?
I think so for sure. I mean, Tony just got unlucky, like he got a little bit of ahead of himself, but like he's a great defender. Like we know what he can bring. We know he's solid in the back. Him, Arturo, Wahab, these guys like in the back, like I mean, they can compete with any other defenders in this league. You know, like it really shows the kind of team that we're building. Because after that, like I said, immediately the two guys in the middle with him, we're cheering him on. You know, and in terms of our overall play, it just felt great to play. I was smiling, I was having fun, even when we're down 1-0. You know, last year it felt more like, man, are we gonna come back? Is this guy gonna understand me or not? And that's not what it felt this year. It's more like, hey, let's just wait, let's be patient, let's try to play our game. And I definitely think we played better tonight.
How do you see, now, as we were saying, back-to-back seasons where you started out the season with a goal. How do you see this moving forward? How do you see your role in the team kind of figuring that out? Is it going to be up top, being that guy who gets the ball in the back of the net, or do you see yourself in other roles with this team?
Yeah, you know what's funny? I mean, my goal has always been like trying to push myself in terms of goals, assists, like being an attacking player. But the first thing I said to Beto and Toomey and Frank and Rob, like the guys that are gonna move forward. Like if it's me, him, you, like I don't care who scores. Like let's just try to get El Paso where it needs to be. I mean today it was me and Andy who were able to score goals, but it could be anyone. Beto's a great player. The guy works his butt off. Frank coming in, one of the new additions. I think he's a fantastic player. Rob just super solid in the middle. Like these guys get up like on top, and I tell them like maybe that's something we didn't have last year. They were maybe expecting me to get the ball all the time, and it just didn't really work out. Maybe forced. But this year it just feels fluid. Like if for instance, there was a ball where Frank tried to play me, it didn't go through, but like no issue, the next one, and the next one he immediately tries to give it to me again, and that's something that we need. But at the end of the day, if I'm the guy that scores, or any of the guys up top, like whatever works for the team, like I'm gonna do my best to try to get my stats up and try to improve myself as a player. But at the end of the day, we need to get where we want to be, which is towards the top, hold a playoff game. I know it's only the first game of the season, but these are the kind of goals that I felt like we didn't really have last year. It was kind of just like, hey, how can we build this team? And the way coach has been building us, like that's kind of the mentality now. And I think that's why we were able to get a result. Obviously not the win, but in our eyes, like that's a good result for us tonight.
Armando, last one for me. After you scored, you went straight to Section 105 for
Yeah.
the eighth notch. Not to beat a dead horse, but we know that last season was not what anyone had in mind.
Yeah.
How important is it this season to get the fans back on side?
Yeah, like, I mean that's. Thanks for asking that, because thanks for noticing. That was something that like I want to implement more is get the people, more involved with us. It's just sad to see, like obviously, your city and you go to see these players. Like, I've been in the league a lot of years. I've been playing for a lot of years now, and I mean it must really suck when you go and maybe you're not getting the most out of what you want from your team. These people pay to come and watch us. You know what I mean? Like. At the end of the day, the other team plays too. But I think what I want to do is like whatever we do well, like try to implement the fans more. Like after the games, like even if we don't even if we don't win, try to get near them. Thank them for the support because sometimes last year that's what we did. Like immediately after a win, a loss, or whatever, we would just leave. And I think for me, like in terms of getting these goals, like that's what I want to do more is try to get the fans more involved so they feel happy to come the next game. Like, hey, if Mondo scores, he's gonna come. And like, even it could be me, it could be anybody else, who scores. But I think that's super important that we still get the support from the fans, from the city, because it's a great city, and we need to do what's best for for our team, for our city, and that's what I want to try to bring.
Armando, last one from me. With this performance tonight, results aside,
Yeah.
with this performance tonight, do you guys kind of want it to for this week to go by quickly so it's Saturday and play again?
Yeah, I think as a player, you always want to keep playing. To be honest, last year we had a Saturday, Wednesday, Saturday game. I don't know if you guys remembered, and I think, I mean, it was what it was the cards that were drawn for us. Like, but that was tough for us. Coach didn't really find a way to move the guys that needed to be moved. Some guys were getting overworked, and I think us having this kind of break to reset, because a lot of what we did tonight was fantastic, and a lot of things we didn't really do last year. The mistakes that we had, yes, like you could say whatever, the team they scored, at the end of the day they scored. But I think having this week to really just like solidify the good things that we did and just kind of move away from what we did wrong. Obviously not just ignore it, but just try to build on the good things we had tonight. I think it's actually better, like to kind of have that week to just readjust again. And I mean, thank God it's another home game, next week. So I know, like for me as a player, I wish we played Wednesday again, but it was tough last year, at the beginning, especially starting off like that. So to be honest, I'm kind of glad we have until Saturday to kind of just reset, readjust, and then, go as hard and try to get the first home win next weekend. Awesome. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. Thank you guys.